What is up, guys? Me, DiamondBack here, back with another video. Today I am starting a new series on the channel. Some of you guys requested this from some of my other videos that you commented on, and I am starting a new series on the channel called Roller Coaster Showdowns. We are going to be doing roller coaster battles on this series, and what better way to start off by taking two B&M hypercoasters. We are going to be doing Intiminator at Carowinds versus DiamondBack at Kings Island. These are two B&M hypercoasters that have similar stats and are both located in the Cedar Fair chain. And today we are going to be looking at which one comes on top. So, without further ado, should we start? So starting off with the height here, I am giving this one to Intimidator, because Intimidator, although is only 2 feet taller, Intimidator stands at a height of 232 feet tall, while Diamondback sits at a height of 230 feet tall, which makes Intimidator only 2 feet taller, but with that, Intimidator 305 would be, will be snagging its first point. Next up, we have the speed. Now, although Intimidator is a couple feet taller, it's 5 miles per hour slower. Intimidator reaches a maximum speed of 75 miles per hour when it hits the bottom of the first drop, while Diamondback reaches a top speed of 80 miles per hour. It's not too noticeable, but it does give off some positive G's for Diamondback, which makes Diamondback get its first point. Next up, we have the duration. So, I timed the duration from the lift hill, or not the lift hill, from the drop to the brake run, and Intimidator clocked in at a minute and 26 seconds, and Diamondback clocked in at a minute and 14 seconds. So, just judging by how I time it, Intimidator will be grabbing its next point, which means Intimidator is in the lead 2-1. Next up here we have the airtime. Now this is what both these coasters are known for. They both are filled with incredible floater airtime, and I'm not judging it by how much airtime this has, I'm judging by how good the airtime is. For this one, I'm actually going to be giving it to Diamondback. I know some people might choose Intimidator because it's more floater, but I think Diamondback has more stronger airtime, which in my case, I'm going to be giving the second point here to Diamondback. Next up, we have the intensity. Now, B&M hypercoasters aren't very known for their speed. Not their speed, their intensity, but I still want to compare them. Now, Intimidator really isn't too tense of a roller coaster. If you think of the name Intimidator, you would think it would be an intense roller coaster, but we're talking Intimidator 305. That's Intimidator 305. We're talking Intimidator, not Intimidator 305. Intimidator is not really an intense coaster. You might get some nice negative G's at the bottom of that first drop, but Diamondback, in this case, actually is a pretty intense coaster. I think the splashdown really is a nice, intense moment. The ending helix is pretty nice as well. And the turnaround also tends to be a very intense element, in my opinion. And I think the drop going into the first airtime hill really pulls off some nice laterals, and it is very nice. So Diamondback will be snagging its third point. Next up, we have the theming. Now, both these coasters don't have incredible themes. Diamondback is themed to a rattlesnake, but there's really no theming at all, maybe except the sign and the train. But Intimidator is themed to Dale Earnhardt Sr., a famous NASCAR driver who has since passed away from a car crash. But Intimidator has a plaza theme to it. They also say, "Gentlemen, start your engines," even though it's nothing like the one on Intimidator 305. Trust me. Intimidator does have a pretty solid theme, in my opinion, and that will give Intimidator its 3rd point to tie it back up again. This has been a very good coaster battle so far. And now we have came in to the layout. Now both these layouts aren't anything too special. Intimidator is just a out and back B&M Hyper, while DiamondBack is a out and back for the most part. It does have a bit of a twister section that goes for its advantage. So I will be giving this one to DiamondBack. I, of course, like Intimidator's layout. It's fine. I don't have a problem with out and back layouts, but DiamondBack's layout is a little bit more exciting, which will put DiamondBack back in the lead. Now it's time to get into the pacing. So I am going to give this one to DiamondBack. Trust me, DiamondBack, although it's not the most well-known paced coaster, it does really hold up. And since it does have a top speed of 80 miles per hour, it does keep that pace going for it. But I really wouldn't say the same for Intimidator. Intimidator tends to be a very slow, dull coaster in some moments, which is fine, of course. I mean, it lets you get that out of your seat floater airtime a little bit more. But Intimidator, in my opinion, I think is a little, well, let's just say, slow in some areas. And even on some of the POVs, it just looks very slow. I think if you look at one of the original POVs of this coaster, it looks pretty slow. But DiamondBack, for the most part, is a pretty well-paced coaster, which puts DiamondBack in the lead by 2 points now. Now we are getting into the final category. This we're going to be looking at the location. Where's the coaster located at? So Intimidator is basically located next to the parking lot. Nothing too special, pretty much. While DiamondBack kind of goes out into the trees. A lot of Kings Island coasters are known for doing this, such as Mystic Timbers, of course the Beast, and DiamondBack. It definitely goes out into the trees. It's very cool, which really makes for a nice night ride. When you get around the turnaround section, it is pretty dull, or it's pretty dark. It's pitch black. But of course you can still see the lights of like Banshee and DiamondBack itself. But it is pretty dark back there. I think the location of where DiamondBack is at is very cool, and I really like it, which will put DiamondBack in the lead 6-3. So guys, this is the end of the coaster battle. We have found a winner. Drumroll please. Yes, DiamondBack at Kings Island has been nominated victorious. 6-3, winning by 3 points. Although Intimidator is a very fun B&M Hyper coaster, it is very smooth and very good. I am going to be giving this one to DiamondBack. And of course, I don't do smooth. I'm gonna not really do smoothness. I don't really think that takes away from a ride, in my opinion. So even if I do think Intimidator is more smooth, but even then, DiamondBack is still crowned victorious. I do prefer DiamondBack, although it's not my favorite B&M Hyper. I'm giving this one to DiamondBack. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. And make sure to check out more Facespin Jitsu videos coming in the near future. This was Facespin Jitsu. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.